Howdy folks, Rob, MaximumRD here. Alright, found something really cool today in our condo grounds electronics recycling. I had done a couple videos in the past called the Tales from the Recycle Bin. Haven't really done, I think I did like 2 of them. And then I may have done a video a little while back where I said I checked the bin. It wasn't really part of my Tales of the Recycle Bin. Guess it was. But I decided to not really continue it so much as a series because it just... my finds have been few and far in between, and I don't know. It wasn't as successful as I was hoping it would end up being. That said, and you'll see, as I said, I didn't make the title here, Tales from the Recycle Bin. I'm not going to do that anymore. But I will make titles like this that are fitting for a video when I do find something decent. And yesterday that definitely did happen. I found something cool. I was really surprised when I went out and checked our electronics recycle bin, and I gotta say, I totally wasn't going to. I learned 2 things. Number 1, you never know what you may find in that electronics recycling bin. And secondly, check it every goddamn day. Because I am sure in the past there's been times I didn't check and things may have been deposited in there and subsequently removed from there without my even being aware. So yeah, I will try to check it every single day. Yesterday I went down to check the mail and I looked out the door, and you know, it was pretty cold yesterday, and it's across, basically it's at the other end of the complex. So I kind of looked and I was like, nah, I don't really feel like it. I was just about to go upstairs on the elevator and I was like, well, whatever, I'll just, you know, go. So I walked over, you know, popped the lid open, looked in, you know, saw a coffee machine. For some reason, a lot of coffee machines end up in our electronics recycling bin. Then I saw something that I basically did a double take. I literally did, like, looked and looked again. I was like, what? Because I couldn't believe it. So I have to say, this item here, you have to understand I live in a small Canadian city. I would never find something this locally. I could go to all the pawn shops and Goodwills and all of these secondhand thrift shops, so on and so forth. I would never find something like this. I can tell you that from experience. But yeah, I saw this, I read it, I couldn't believe it, and then I looked around to see if the accessory to go with it was there, which would be the power adapter, and I assumed I had found that as well. Brought it all upstairs, and here it is. Yeah, I know. Can you believe it? Now, some of you will obviously recognize as collectors, either you're as old as I am, or you're just a collector who's gotten into these very, very old type of electronic portable gaming systems. It is a Pac-Man portable unit by Tommytronic. I couldn't believe that was in there. I looked and I checked the back and I saw that the battery compartment looked fine. No problem at all. Let me just open that there. Popped it open, looked good, clean. And yeah, then as I said, I looked around and I found this adapter that said Tommy on it. Now, this says output of 9 volts, DC 300 mA. It's like, okay, whatever. Says Tommy on it, must be the adapter for this, right? So I brought it upstairs, and actually I had made a video already yesterday on my older camera because this one here wasn't charged at the time. And you know, yeah, of course, you saw my initial excitement and everything like that. I did the video over because just the way things ended up turning out. What had happened was I had plugged in this Tommy adapter, plugged it in, turned it on, nothing. Nothing at all. Like not even the slightest indication that it was receiving power. So I was pretty disappointed. I went from being totally excited to like totally disappointed. And then I went and, long story short, I found an adapter that worked, and I added it to the, I edited the video, I added it to the end, and blah blah blah. But I decided, nah, screw that. I'm just going to do the video over and just tell you what happened. So there it is. There's the Tommytronic in you know, pretty good shape. I mean, these things are very, very old, so I'm not complaining with the condition. I'm not complaining with anything. It was free. So, but yeah, for some reason this adapter that says Tommy on it just did not work at all. I don't know. Maybe there's probably power coming out of this. I haven't actually checked it. But then, you know, I was hoping, you know, the problem was actually with the adapter. But, you know, I have no way of checking. I don't have a tester or anything like that. And so, you know, reluctantly I thought, well, I'm going to go through my box of power adapters and see if I can find something suitable. And basically I went through 7 or 8 of them. And yeah, I did try to stick to the specifications within reason, 1 or 2 volts, you know. And I had a lot that actually had a tip on it, just like that. So I plugged in like 7 or 8, nothing, no response, nothing. Then I came to one, this one here. This is a Panasonic. I don't know what it was from. Could have been answering machine or telephone. Now this one here is, well, actually says 500 mA, but it is a 6 volt DC output. And I thought, well, it normally takes 4 C-size batteries, 1.5 volts. That's like 6 volts. I looked up the manual online, and the manual says the power requirement is 7.5 volts, whatever. And it names a specific adapter. But anyways, I plugged this one in, and it worked perfectly. So, really happy about that. So I'll show you right now. I'll plug it in. And just put the other end into the power bar right over here. There we go. Alrighty. Now take a look at that. I'm going to turn on the power. Alright, so there you see that it is working. And it works quite well. The unit definitely could use a cleaning, which I will definitely be doing. But, oh, let's see here. Yeah. Sorry about the reflection from the window. But the directions work well. And it's awesome. You can find all kinds of videos showing the gameplay and giving you more proper detail, a better example. But there you go. That's it. It's working. I have an adapter that works with it. And I'm very, very happy to find something like this. I remember this from back in the day, but basically I haven't seen one since, other than, you know, eBay. And that is, you know, 90% of where I've gained my classic gaming collection is off of eBay. As I said, I would never find something like this locally or around here. So, awesome. Checking that bin every goddamn day. And, you know, I won't get my hopes up. I don't expect to find things like this very often. But whatever compelled me to check it yesterday, I hope that clicks in future. But I will try to check it every day, because it makes me wonder of all those times, all those days over the years where I didn't check what may have been in there. So good find. Very happy with the results. Very glad that I found an adapter that worked. Funny enough, I also had tried this one here. Now this says Coleco on it. Now this would be from your Coleco tabletop arcade units, of which I had several in the past. I don't have any now, but I had this actually. This was plugged into the steering wheel, the driving expansion module for my ColecoVision, and in the bottom here, or it's connected to this, one of these multi adapters here for various systems. But then the other end, and this has been taped and wired and everything now. It's kind of worn out, but somebody's done, you know, a little bit of a fix-up job there. And this is basically a fake battery. It just sends power to this fake battery, and then you add like 4 more of these hollow fake batteries, and they do nothing except conduct the power from the power adapter through the battery compartment. You put in 4 of these. This is the PermaPower by Coleco C-Cell battery substitute, and basically it powers the unit. Now what's weird is, again, my understanding is these batteries normally put out 1.5 volts, but the total output of this adapter is actually 9 volts, which is kind of weird. So four batteries would be like 6 volts, right? But I always did notice, even back in the day when I did use this in the battery compartment, that the game came on, it was really bright. It almost seemed like, well, obviously it was not only getting the maximum power requirement, but a little bit more. But I always remember the display being super bright when I used these, as opposed to a proper adapter or a battery, just regular batteries. But anyways, it did the job, and I guess the units could handle the extra power output. But I tried this again. That would, you know, be even more than the rated requirement for this unit, and no, it just, you know, it didn't seem to work. But after I fiddled a bit and realized that you know, these weren't quite making proper contact, once I fiddled around and made sure that everything was making proper contact, it worked. It turned on. It was super bright. And yeah, it worked. But this is a very fiddly way of doing things, and I basically tried it out of curiosity more than anything. But I was much happier to find the 6-volt Panasonic adapter, which would, you know, not give it any more power than it actually needs, which is probably better in the long run, especially when you're dealing with electronics that are so old. So yeah, there you have it. Great find. Really happy. Awesome. Checking it every day. Just blows me away. I did not expect to find a Tommytronic handheld Pac-Man in there. So awesome. Thanks for watching. Rob MaximumRD out. See you next time. Bye-bye.